Hey guys, Profe Pablo here, Spanish teacher turned Minecraft engineer. Today we are going to stone. We're making a stone texture, okay? Guys, in this episode of Profe Plays Minecraft, we are working on making our own stone texture that is pretty high definition. If we put it down and go into it, you can see that that is not the normal stone. I hope you guys enjoy learning how to make your own texture pack in this video. Now, in the last video, I set up our folder and set up our resource pack so that it's all ready to go. All we have to do is start editing things. So I'm going to go over here to Mojang, right here. I created this shortcut. Now I'm going to go over here to resource packs. Profe Realistic Pack, I'm going to click on that, textures, blocks, and then I'm going to start with stone because it's common and because it's easy to work with. Some of these are going to be harder than others. I'm going to start with stone. So here we go. Here I have stone. And if I zoom in, I can use this bar down here to do that or press Control Plus. You can see I have a nice big smiley face on my stone. Now that's not going to work for me. Not really going for this look. You'll notice that this is 16 by 16 pixels. And the first thing I want to do is adjust the size of this. Now I could just change the texture here. Like for example, something I've thought of doing is making textures all just kind of one color just to simplify. Like making this stone and maybe adding an outline to it. So if I take my brush width, turn it down to 1, and then let's see, I'm gonna make this a darker gray. See, it only does 1 pixel at a time. There, something like that could be cool. But that, again, that's not what I'm going for. This is going to be a high definition, almost photorealistic pack, as much as I can make it. So what I'm going to do is, first I need to make this higher definition. So it's 16 by 16. I can go to Image, Resize. Most photo editing programs have this. And I could turn this up to 32. Now if I do that, my canvas size gets bigger. You'll notice my pixels start getting a little blurry. And you'll notice that even more here. Let me go back. So you'll notice here I have my smiley face. Now if I go here to Image, Resize, I'm going to go ahead and change it to 32. Everything starts to get blurry. And that's because the photo editing program is trying to adjust for stretching the pixels. So I can make this as big as I want as long as it's a square. And I can even make it the size of 1080, which is what I'm going to do. Now that's super high definition, almost ridiculous. You probably don't want to make it this high definition because you need a really powerful computer to be able to handle this, or device. The more high definition you make it, the harder it is for things to render, things like that. That's why Minecraft is so awesome. Apart from the pixels being kind of art, it also creates easy to handle render distances, things like that. But anyway, here we have a 1080 by 1080, and we're going to deal with this in a minute. But let's say that I wanted to use the stone design as kind of my original layout, but I still wanted it high definition. I just wanted to add some details. The way to do that is if you go over here and type in Pixilart.com, that's Pixil art.com, and you go in, you can start drawing, and you will notice here that you have this awesome pixel art editor. It's really amazing. But I'm going to go here to File, Open Image. I'm going to com.mojang, and then I'm going to go over here to Resource Packs. I saved a vanilla pack here. I'm going to go into that, textures, blocks, and search for stone. Here's stone. Okay. And here it gives me my 16 by 16. Now here it's really easy to edit the pixels. But if I go here to download, I can actually change the size right here. So I can make it, it won't let me do exactly 1080, but it'll let me be close. So I can make it a little more than 1080. I can download that PNG. And then when I open this, so here it's giving me what looks like 16 by 16 pixels, but when I bring my brush in, you'll notice that it's not, see? Because my brush is 1 pixel wide, so it's 1080 by 1080. And so if I wanted to add just more detail to this, that's one way to do it. But I'm not going to do it like that. I'm going to do something else. So here I have my blurred smiley face. It is a high definition block, but I want to make it semi-photorealistic. So I'm going to go up here. I'm going to go over here. Up here, I'm going to type pixabay.com. That is a website that gives you royalty-free images that you're allowed to use. And I'm going to type in stone and search for stone. There's some cool textures here. This would be cool for the bricks, not for stone. That could be useful. That could be good for cobblestone. That would be cool for cobblestone. So with that, all this is cobblestone. Now, I could potentially grab part of this picture. Like if I went into here and just grabbed a little section of this, that could make for good stone. But I'm actually going to do something else. I'm going to type in paper. Now this is actually kind of a cool stone texture. So I'm going to grab that. Okay, it's downloading here. I'm going to go up here. I'm going to go to layers, add new layer. So it's adding a new layer on top. I'm going to import from file. Go to my downloads, go to paper. Okay, and that might have just expanded my canvas. It did. I don't like that. Let me go over here. I'm going to go to canvas size again. Yeah, it changed my canvas. So I'm going to go to 1080 by 1080. There we go. I can delete that layer. I could actually delete this layer as well. And so here I have something that kind of looks like stone. I'm liking it. That works for me. Now, it's the wrong color, so I need to change the color. I could do that multiple ways. For me, I'm just going to change it to black and white. Adjustments, black and white. There we go. Cool. That made it look like a stone. Now, we might have some issues over here on the edges, and you'll see why in a minute. But let's go ahead and export this and see what it looks like. So I'm going to go to File, Save. Okay. That should have saved it already in the right place. And now I'm going to open Minecraft. I'm going to go to play. And just to be safe, I'm going to create a new world. Go to resource packs. I'm going to add my super realistic resource pack. And I want to make sure I'm on creative so I can get to what I need. I'm going to create. Okay, now I just need some stone. Okay, and here I have my super realistic stone. Okay, now that looks pretty good. I'm liking that. Now this is where it's going to be tricky, and we have to make sure that we did this right. We have to make sure that this thing is tileable. Okay, and it's not. I mean, it is. It's pretty good. But you'll notice that you can see the lines of where this thing starts and where it begins. Here, let me step back. So you can see where the different squares are. So the nice thing about Minecraft is, and you can see this if you look at the graphs, is it's kind of hard to see where things start and where things end. That means a block is tileable. This is not super tileable, so I need to make it that way. So let's go back to our photo editor. I'm going to close down Minecraft. And let's see if we can erase some of the edges. Okay, I'm going to try this out. You'll see that some of the darkness around the edges has kind of gone away, so maybe this will work. We go to File, Save. Go to Minecraft. Okay, now if I go back into the same world I was just in, you will notice that the block is the same that it used to be. So I actually need to get out of this, start a new world. So we're going to create new. Okay, that is much more tileable. Look, you can't really see where one starts and the other one ends. That's so much better. In fact, if we fly over here to a stone wall, we should be able to get a better perspective. I can still see a pattern going on, but it actually looks pretty good. I'm liking it. Very cool. And look at the detail on this. You can go really close and see some really amazing detail on this. So now that I've shown you how to do a block, I encourage you to go and do as many of the simple blocks as possible. Now some of these are a little more complicated than others, and we are going to be seeing those in the next video. I'm going to be working on my pack in the meantime. Thanks for watching!